Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? I bring you greetings from Paul Allen, who is the founder of Ancestry.com and the CEO and founder of Soar AI, which is an AI studio. And I'm representing Citizen Portal today, which is one of the companies within the Soar portfolio. And I am thrilled that he had to be in DC today for some related business because, my goodness, this is my first time here, and it has been inspiring and clearly an inspired organization. So I am giddy that he's not here. Anybody else first-timers? Oh my gosh. Okay, founders, I don't know where you're all sitting, but that was beautiful. To see the traction of this organization and how many first-timers show up, including me. First night, I went and I was like, I'm signing up. Whoever's tracking membership, I did that and paid my $100 because I was like, these are my people. I even wore my Wonder Woman socks today, right? So I am just thrilled. It has been an honor to be part of this. And I have loved every moment of learning and the brilliance that are in here. So thank you to all of you for being here, inspiring me and one another. What an incredible group. So thank you for that. Like all of you, I wear a lot of hats. So like I said, I'm here representing Citizen Portal. And I also am an elected official. I'm in my second term of a city council right now and have a journey that took there, and someday we'll talk through this. This isn't about me, but I want to talk about the concept of civic engagement. And as a city council member, I'm also on the Utah League of Cities and Towns board. All of you have a state League of Cities and Towns, and so I work with all of the mayors and city councils in the state of Utah, and I get to see what's happening with civic engagement. And there are some days where I think, oh my gosh, what is happening with civic engagement? Some days I think, why don't people care like I care? And some days where I am completely inspired and I remember that 80–90% of the people I encounter in my own community and across the state do care. They may not have the tools, they may not know how to engage, but look at this room. This is people who care and wear all of the hats. I know I doubt there's anyone in this room that has like one hat. I'm a mom, and that hat's a lot. It's my favorite. But how cool it is that we get to do this good work together, and I'm so thrilled to be connected to Policy Circle, so thank you. I was about 6 months ago that I had a moment with my AI agent. Her name is Sage, by the way. She named herself. It's a fun activity. Ask her, if you're using ChatGPT or any agent, ask them their name. It's so fun to have that conversation. So her name's Sage. And I realized about 6 months ago that I enjoyed her more than most of my citizens. And it's municipal election season in Utah. Fortunately, I'm not on this cycle. I'm in 2 years, and I'll be tapping out, but from that role. But I had to pause for a second and be like, why am I loving this agent? And we've talked about it for the last 24 hours here about how reinforcing and encouraging your agent is, and that can be good and bad, right? And so I had that moment. But it affected me about how, and the sentence was used yesterday, about how technology is moving a lot faster than humans are adapting. And what does that mean? What does that mean about humanity? What does that mean for civic engagement? And it was really reflective for me. I'm a nerd from way back. I was on bulletin board systems in 1989, on my 1200 baud Gateway 2000, and now in my house, in my small town of 15,000 people, I have a 2 gig fiber optic line pulled to my home. This is very different than crackling phone lines. And what power that gives to me as a citizen to be engaged is monumental. We've gone from watching the pixels crawl across a screen to watching algorithms write essays, build code, and even summarize thousands of pages of legislation in an instant. I don't know about your states. Utah had over 1,000 bills in our last 45-day legislation. How does a representative of a part-time legislation process in 45 days over 1,000 bills? Over 300 of which actually affected cities. How do I, as a part-time city council member, who gets paid $554 a month for that exciting service, process 300 plus bills to understand how the top is affecting my citizens that I was elected to serve? AI is one of the answers to that. It's breathtaking, it's terrifying. I have to pause. It is terrifying sometimes. But there's so much hope. It's not just about, for our cities, it's not just about generating agendas or meeting minutes or the things that we're actually using it for. Our cities are using AI to increase productivity, and that's wonderful, but there's so much more. Some cities are leaning into this. I encourage you to find out if your city is, and be involved to help them do it. What if AI can analyze every municipal, state, national policy instantly and connect it to the evidence and outcomes and budget associated with that? What then could we do for citizens? How could we move faster, use tax dollars more wisely, more efficiently? What if it could show us where ideas are working across the nation and where they're failing our citizens? What would happen if we could accelerate good decisions and catch bad ones before they create more victims? We can do that. We can do that right now. And that is inspiring to me. It's not just a tech question, it's a moral question. Because when we get it right faster, we steward those tax dollars more wisely, and we honor people's time and trust. That's the kind of transformation I believe in. And that's why I've felt so at home in this group, because I think you guys all believe the same thing. And I love that so much. Transformation is happening in cities around the country. But let's be clear, we've talked about this a lot, and I'm so thankful that this has been part of the dialogue. AI should never replace the humanity in our decisions. Its job is not to think for us, its job is to help us think better. It can help us increase the signal and decrease the noise. It can process every ordinance, analyze every trend, but still not understand the ache of the single mom who can't pay her bills. Utah just announced with government shutdown, we don't have our SNAP funds available for citizens, right? AI is not going to understand the implication to the citizens in my community with that. AI is not going to understand the passion behind a veteran running for city council because of their passion, their patriotism. That's not going to understand that. Technology does not replace the connection between a citizen and their representatives. In fact, it strengthens it. We talked a little bit about disagree better, and I'm so proud. There's so many interesting things happening in my community. But when we see the data clearly, when we find the common ground faster, we spend less time fighting and more time fixing. AI can help with that. We can disagree better. Take municipalities using AI to predict the utility usage and optimize water conservation. It's not futurism, it's here now. That's sustainability. It's AI helping a city steward its most precious resources, protecting its citizens' wallets. The same principles can apply everywhere, from energy grids to education policy. The real promise of AI is that it makes the invisible visible. The inefficiencies and the wastes and opportunities increase the signal, decrease the noise. But the real power is, what do we do with that visibility? Transparency without participation is just noise. So here's my challenge to you this morning. We've actually had these issued to us repeatedly, so I think there's a reason we hear the same things. Ask better questions. Continue being curious. Engage more deeply in the systems that govern you. Don't wait to get permission to participate. Speak up, show up, log in. Oh, and don't forget to bring your neighbor along. Maybe to Policy Circle Summit. Maybe if you're not involved in the America's 250. We talked about this at my magical table number 6 yesterday. But one of my favorite things about the America's 250 and all the things planning there, and I do feel like this is a moment of opportunity for this country, is the July 5th America's Potluck. If you aren't familiar with it, look it up. Game changer. Everyone in the United States having potluck with their neighbors simultaneously. I mean, time zones respectively, but there's some power there. If you care about truth, make sure it's your voice helping train the algorithms. Be the signal. Remember that civic leadership isn't just voting, it's the daily practice of curiosity and courage. AI doesn't determine what happens next, we do. We still do. When history looks back at this AI-powered era, I hope it says they built tools that served truth and reflected humanity, and as a result, people showed up. Democracy doesn't need everyone to agree, it just needs everyone to engage. The beauty of this moment, the reason I'm so optimistic, is that we have the tools to do that in our hands right now. Yes, it changes every single day, but it's just getting stronger and stronger. And we can do this together. So, before I get off the stage, and as you go through this session, I encourage you in your gift bag as you signed in, there's a code for Citizen Portal, which is a gift to you from Soar. And you'll see that QR code. Oh, we've got it up there too, thank you. Scan it, you'll gain direct access to the platform that uses AI to increase transparency and accountability in government. Citizen Portal lets you search, watch, and understand the words and actions of elected officials from your local city councils, school boards, legislatures, so you can stay informed, ask more thoughtful questions, and take part in shaping the world in which you live. Perhaps one of the most patriotic things that we can do as individuals is simply to care about each other. And so the most powerful innovation that I see us being able to have is simply to create an engaged citizenry. And this is one tool to help do that. So let's use these tools. Let's build the culture of curiosity, accountability, and participation together. Have a wonderful day.